Alright, you guys, so I'm just taking a MAC paint pot. All of the information and the exact details to the product will be down in my description bar below. This is sort of like a get ready with me, but I know that I sped it up a lot because this was like 2 hours worth of footage. So to make it like 6 hours, I had to speed it up a little bit. So I'm just taking a really dark brown and I'm just going to apply that to my crease because my initial goal is to do like somewhat of a semi-cut crease. So I'm just taking that and putting it in my crease. Now I'm just going to take a color like my skin and I'm going to go over where I did not set the paint pot with a shadow. So everywhere is still white. As you can see, I'm just go overing with a skin light color. Now going in with that same brown color that I used in my crease with a pencil brush, I'm just gonna shape out where exactly I want my cut crease to start. Now I'm just gonna go back with my paint pot and I'm just gonna shape up where I started my cut crease at with my brown shadow. So wherever that cut crease ended at, going towards my eyelid is where I'm just gonna cut it off just to clean it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back in with a blending brush just to blend out any mistakes that I made. Now going in with a MAC pigment, I'm just going to apply that where I just put all of the paint pot at. So where the paint pot was remaining at is where the glitter is going to go, or the pigment, shall I say. And I'm just going to retouch that up. So if any any pigment got above that line, I'm just going to blend that off. And then now I'm going in with a primer and some lashes. This is a new method that I started. I just started putting on my concealer first before I do my actual foundation. And the reason why I do this is because if you put your foundation on first before you put your concealer, of course you're going to drag your foundation all the way up underneath your eyes. And then you're going to go on with the concealer on top of that. And it's just too much underneath your eyes and that will start creasing after a while. I just realized with this method, your eyes don't crease faster. So like you could wear a full face of makeup and you don't have any creasing until about a good 5 or 6 hours later. So yeah. Now as you can see, I'm just applying my foundation wherever I didn't put my concealer. And you see how it just blends in nicely and it still looks like I did the foundation first and then the concealer. It's just honestly, you use less product, your face cakes up less, and it just gives you a nice finish. And I really, really love it. I really, really love it. And when you use a lighter concealer anyway, you want the lighter concealer to show, because if you didn't want the lighter concealer to show, you would have got a concealer that's your color. So that's why I did that. And I also changed from doing this as well, where you see I'm drawing the lines on top of the foundation. I just do my concealer first and then put the foundation on last, because I don't know, I just don't like how much product is on my face, and my face has this habit of itching after a while, so that's so much better. So now I'm just going to take my lower Mercier just to set everything, and then I'm going to bake with my lower Mercier underneath my eyes. So I set first just so that I won't have any white cast left when I do decide to bake, and it also helps your concealer not to move. Now after I contour, I'm just going to go in my favorite blush right above my contour and kind of blend it into my contour a little bit just so it looks natural. And then I'm going to dust off my baking powder and clean off my lips. Now I'm just going to set my whole face with my face powder. Then, of course, I use a setting spray. Of course, love setting sprays. Now I'm going to go in my favorite highlighter. For some reason, I love to spray my face first before I use a highlighter because it just gives me so much of a naturaler glow. Is that a proper word? Naturaler? A more of a natural glow. So, yeah. And now I'm just going to go in with a lip gloss. Like I said, all of the product names and numbers or whatever is going to be down below in my description box. I just wanted to make this fast so I didn't go into full detail because this is not a tutorial. And if you notice, I do have like a little bit of eyelash glue on my eyelid, and you could just peel that off. That's the only thing I like about using hair glue. It peels off easier than an eyelash glue, so just excuse that little mess because it did come off when I took my pictures.